and welcome to Amazing Health Discoveries on YouTube. Amazing Health Discoveries is a group of health experts and researchers. We focus on natural remedies in preventing and managing diseases. We believe that every disease can be prevented or managed using natural remedies, and our experiments and research have really brought us to this conclusion. And so we welcome you on board. We want you to be a very important part of this group, and so we want you to subscribe to this channel, and then you can also follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. You can also send us an email through amazinghealthdiscoveries22@gmail.com. Today we want to discuss 6 simple practices that can help you live healthier even up to 100 years. It might come as a surprise to you, but it is true. There are some 6 simple practices that, when followed, can help you live healthier and longer, even up to 100 years and over. So stay tuned as we discuss these 6 simple practices. The picture on the screen is a list of people and the number of years they lived before they died. And as you look very carefully on the list, you could see that all these people lived more than 100 years before they died. There are even 2 on the list who are still living and are more than 100 years. One is 119 years and one is 117 years, at least according to the time this information was gathered. And so it is true that we can live for 100 years or even more in health before we die. One thing that is very sure for everyone is that we want to live healthier and longer. And so it is very important to know how to live healthier and how to also live longer. In the Time magazine that was published in 2001, it was very, very fascinating that we read how to get healthier even if you have had too much fun. New research shows it's easier than you think to undo the damage that causes heart diseases, cancer, and diabetes. So the American Time magazine in 2001 published to the whole world, claiming that we can live healthier even if we had been suffering from some severe diseases. We can recover successfully and live healthier. And so the message is simple, and the message is true as well, that it is possible to live without suffering major health problems. And even if you are suffering from some, you can recover successfully and be healthier and extend your years by a great number of ages. The 6 simple practices we want to discuss with you today in this video are part of 12 great practices, all found in the acronym Celebrations. We have developed this acronym called Celebrations, or 10 Celebrations, as a way of enjoying good health. Each of the letters in the acronym represents a particular health practice that can help you live more than 100 years. But for the sake of today's presentation, we want to talk about only 6. And even these 6 are just going to be highlights for the sake of today's video. In subsequent videos, we shall talk about them into details. And so let's talk about the first one. The first one is choices. We have termed the first simple practice as choices. And the choices is termed as the foundation stone of our health. That is, if we want to enjoy good health, if we want to live healthier and longer, we have to make choices. Good health and long life is not obtained just like that. we have to make some choices. We have to make some decisions about our health and about our life in general. And so, what are some of the choices that you can make that can promote good health and a long life? You can make a choice not to drink alcohol because of the negative effect on our health. You can also decide not to smoke cigarettes because of the negative effect on our health. The summary of this point is that all those substances and all those practices that are really dangerous to our health must be eliminated. But all those substances and all those practices that are very good to our health must be embraced, and these are the choices that we have to make concerning our health. The next that we want to talk about is liquids. In fact, we have termed liquids as the lubricant of our bodies. Our bodies must be lubricated. You know, the body is made up of different parts, like the different parts of a machine that must almost move and that must almost work every day. For the various parts of a machine to work effectively, they need to be lubricated from time to time. So do the parts of our bodies. They must be lubricated almost every day for them to be able to function very well. And so the lubricant for our bodies is liquids. But here, the most effective liquids that can serve as a good lubricant is pure drinking water. We have to drink water almost every day for our bodies to be lubricated. And so, why is water the choice? Why is water so much important? The fact is, naturally, our bodies are made up of water. Water is an essential component of our bodies. For example, the adult human body contains about 60% of water. The body of an infant contains even more water, about 75%. And then the brain of a human being alone contains about 85% of water. And so water becomes a very important component of our bodies. So we need to drink water very often, every day, so much, so that our system can be lubricated. How much water do we need every day? The minimum glasses of water we need for survival every day is 5. You can do 5 glasses of water every day. But if you want to really feel great, you can do 8 glasses of water a day. If you want to enjoy all the benefits of water, then you can do up to 10 glasses a day. And then you would have very good health with respect to the role of water in our health. Now let's talk about exercise. We have termed exercise the source of fitness for our body. The body must be fit so that we can go out and come in. The body must be fit so that we can work and do whatever we want to do. How do we get our bodies fit? One way to get our bodies fit, which has been proven to be very effective, is to do exercises. If you are not exercising your body, it means you are being inactive. And inactivity is as dangerous as having high blood pressure or even having high cholesterol levels or smoking. And so we have to keep our bodies active. Now, exercises can be done in two folds. Very simple exercises and very rigorous exercises. Research has shown that almost every day we need about 30 minutes of active, rigorous exercises in a form of bicycle riding, in a form of gardening, in a form of jogging, in a form of any other rigorous activity. Apart from that, we need to keep our bodies active by doing our normal work for about 8 hours before we can really have a lot of benefit from exercise. When we are not exercising, we are prone to have heart diseases and diabetes and poor bone health and cancer and even be depressed and become very anxious of almost everything. But if we exercise, we improve our blood circulation, we reduce the risk of being depressed, and then we maintain very good weight, which is also very important for our health. And so let us keep on exercising every day for us to be fit. Now let's talk about the next one, which is rest. We have termed rest as the restorer of lost energy. As we exercise, as we work, going out and coming in, we lose a lot of energy, and this energy must be restored. How do we restore the lost energy? One way of restoring our lost energy is by rest. Remember, we have just said that you need about 8 hours of activity, normal work. In the same way, we need about 8 hours of rest. And this rest we are talking about is sleep, a good and a sound sleep, especially at night. Some people think sleep is a waste of time, but it is not. It is actually a natural remedy to restore or regain lost energy. And so we have to find time, especially in the evening, and rest up to about 8 hours, because we will spend about 8 hours in the day working. So we lose energy for about 8 hours, and we restore the lost energy also within about 8 hours. The truth is that if we don't have enough rest, if we don't have enough sleep, especially in the night, even if we have about 2 hours less of sleep, it can really affect our health, and it can really affect our total well-being as time goes on. Become about 20% ineffective in every work that we do, and so we have to really find time to rest. We live in a world that is full of activity. People work 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week. But in all our busy activities, we have to find time and rest for the sake of our own health. Now, let's talk about the next one, which is temperance. We have termed temperance as the moral compass of our health. What most people do not know is that in order to enjoy good health, we need some kind of moral compass. We need some kind of moral directions in our lives, and that is what we term as temperance. Temperance basically means moderation in everything that you do. That is even including the good things, because there is a general saying that too much of everything can be bad. And so all those things that are good and beneficial to our health, we have to use them moderately. For example, we have to sleep, we have to have rest, but we can't have more rest than necessary. Most, those 8 hours are okay. Then we also have to work and exercise to keep our bodies fit, but we don't have to work more than 8 hours in a day, and we don't have to do rigorous exercise more than necessary. They would rather affect our health negatively. Also, all those negative practices and all those harmful substances to our health must be totally eradicated. And so temperance means totally eradicating all harmful substances and doing away with all dangerous practices, and the good practices and beneficial substances must be used moderately. Now let's talk about the last on the list for today's presentation, and that is nutrition. In order to enjoy good health, we have to be very mindful of what we take in the form of food. So we have termed food as the fuel for the body. Every machine, like the human body, needs fuel before it can function very well. And so for the body to be able to function very well, it must be fueled. And the fuel for the body is food. Food that we eat every day. And so it becomes very important to be very careful about what you take inside your body as food. Now, what is the best food that you can eat to enjoy good health and promote your lifespan? Let me turn your attention one more time to another Time magazine, which was published in 2002, and the caption on the front page was a question. It reads, "Should you be a vegetarian? Millions of Americans are going meatless. Is that a healthy habit?" And the answer is yes, it is a very healthy habit. Research has shown that including a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, and a lot of grains in your diet helps very well in promoting good health and extending our years by a long period of time. And so we have to take in a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of grains, and a lot of nuts. You can even decide to be a vegetarian, that is, doing away completely with meat and taking in only fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts, because a plant-based diet, a vegetarian diet, contains all the essential nutrients for healthy growth. If you eat a lot of vegetables, if you include a lot of vegetables and grains in your diet, if you eat a vegetarian diet, you lower your cholesterol levels. Also, vegetarian diet contains a lot of fiber, which helps in digestion. They also contain a lot of phytochemicals and antioxidants, which are also very important for our growth. And then you lower your risk of obtaining cardiovascular diseases. And so the message is very simple. We should include a lot of vegetables in our diet, and rather, as much as possible, do away with meat, because even now there are a lot of diseases in animals that makes eating meat very dangerous. We have the mad cow disease, we have the swine flu and the bird flu and the horse flu, and a lot of diseases in animals that is making eating meat very, very dangerous. But it is very safe for us to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and that will go well with our health. We are very sure that you have found this video presentation very useful, and these 6 practices are going to be also useful for you. And so we want you to like this video, share the video to your friends, and if possible, comment in the comment section below. We shall come your way another time with a very important video presentation.